You guys really need to teach me how to stream. I am so bad. Okay, one second. Let me turn the lights on. To be fair, this is the first time I streamed with these settings. Normally when I stream on my other account, which I like play games on. But here we are. Already. Oh. Okay. I muted myself. So, today, mathematics. We are going to learn some grade 10 math, which is substitution, elimination, all that kind of stuff, and some word problems. So basically just linear relations with multiple equations in multiple variables. So here we go. I actually have the questions on my phone. Okay. Let's start with one that I can read. We're gonna solve this linear relation using substitution. Okay, I'm gonna have to write smaller than that. Guaranteed. Okay, and y. Wow, I cannot write small in here. Y equals x plus 6. Okay, so right away, we do see that we have one equation that is in y equals mx plus b form. So we can go straight ahead and throw that into the equation. So this is actually equation 1 and this is equation 2. You can't really see that on there. 1, 2. So we're going to go right ahead and sub equation 2 into equation 1. And the way we do that is we have x. And because we know y equals x plus 6, because this is y, it equals x plus 6. So we're just taking the y in the equation and replacing it with this. So if I can get a different color. So we're taking this and replacing it with this, okay? So what we get is x equals x, or x plus 6 equals -2. And then what we can do is, sorry, I'm adjusting my settings to try to get rid of the static and pop. Let's try that. I don't know if it's quieter now, like too quiet, but we'll figure that out. Okay, so now we can collect our like terms. So we're going to get 2x plus 6 equals -2. If we subtract 6 from each side, we get 2x equals -8. Divide by 2, divide by 2. Bring this up here. X equals, well, -8 divided by 2, -4. So now we want to sub x into equation 2. So we're going to get y equals 4 plus 6. And then, of course, 4 plus 6 is 10. So y equals 10. and that is the point of intersection. So or therefore statement, therefore the point of intersection is, and of course we do x then y, so that'd be -4, 10. And that is the point of intersection for the linear relation x plus y equals -2 and x plus 6. Y equals x plus 6. Sorry. Okay. I need to find a better way to do this, but digital is kind of better than the whiteboard. Not gonna lie. Okay, I'm gonna try to write better this time around. But I can't make any promises. I suck at writing on this. So let's get another equation with substitution. So how about we use 2x minus 3y equals 6. And then we also have 2x minus 7. I can't read. Minus y equals 7. Okay. So those are our equations. This one's actually set up perfectly for us to do elimination. But the question wants us to use substitution. So we have to switch one into y equals mx plus b form. And I'd say the easiest one to do would be the second one, just because it has the y by itself. I'm trying to write which I can't fit that in there. It's fine. So we're gonna start by rearranging it. So I'll grab a different color, and we're going to do what we're going to do is just take 2x and move it to the other side. Okay, that's an x right there. So what we're gonna get is -y equals -2x plus 7. And then of course we can divide that by -1 on each side. So we get y equals 2x minus 7. Okay. So we're good. Now we have both of our equations, and we can write them both again. So this is equation 2, this is equation 1, and we're going to sub equation 2 into equation 1. So what that's going to look like is 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 7. And then we'll move this up here. So then we can distribute that, so we get 2x minus 6x plus 21. Okay, that's a bad 21. There we go. So the next step, of course, is going to be to simplify it. Oh, I'm dumb. This should be equals 6 over here. I was so confused for a second. I forgot something. That's why. So now we can collect the like terms here. We're going to get obviously 2x minus 6x. We're going to have -4x plus 21 equals 6. But if we subtract 21 from each side, we're going to end up, if I can grab the right color, with negative 4x. Because 6 minus 21, we are going to be negative this time around, so we're going to have negative 15. For x equals negative 15. So let me write that better. For x equals negative 15. Okay, so now we divide each side by negative 4 to isolate x, and then we have x equals, and this isn't a nice one because we can't simplify it to a whole number, but we can just leave it as negative 15 over 4. But actually, that's wrong. It would be that, because you have a negative on each side, and that they cancel each other out. Okay, so now we can solve for the next variable by simply throwing the x into another equation. So we get 2 times 15 over 4. And this one's going to be a pain because we have a fraction. Minus 3y equals 6. And the first thing we should do, since we have a fraction, is multiply each side by 4 to get rid of it. So multiply that by 4, multiply that by 4, multiply that by 4. And then we're going to have 2 times 15 minus 12y equals 24. And then to simplify that further, 30 minus 12y equals 24. I'm running out of space. So let's finish this off. I'm running out of colors too. It's a problem. We move 30 to this side of the equation, so subtract 30, subtract 30. So 24 minus 30 is going to be negative 6. So negative 12y. I'm really running out of space. Negative 12y equals negative 6, and then divided by negative 12. Divide by negative 12. So I'm going to use a different color for the final answer. Y is going to be 1/2. Okay. And I can now also put a box around our answers. I don't have any room for the therefore statement, but obviously you'd probably want to put that in for what the actual solution is. But yeah, that's it for that question. So the point of intersection would be 15 over 4, comma 1 over 2. And we can check that, but I don't really have any room left. So actually I can delete this side and we can check part of this side. Oops. Why is it doing that? Okay. I don't normally use this computer, so I'm just using it now because there's a touch screen, and we all know that this would be a lot worse if I was using a mouse. Okay. So let's check for, we can use the first equation to check because it has less multiplication. So it'll be a little simpler. So 2, 15 over 4 minus 1/2 equals 7. So let's start by eliminating all our fractions. So the lowest common denominator here is going to be 4. So we're going to multiply this by 4 and this by 4. If I can write 4 properly. So we're going to get 2 times 15 minus 4 equals 7. Oh, we actually have to multiply that by 4 too. Equals 14. And that's not right. Wait, wouldn't it be mine? Where did I mess up? Well, I messed something up. Let's look here for the error. So we're subtracting 2x from each side at the beginning. We get negative y equals negative 2x plus 7. I also should make sure I actually copied the question right. In the first place, but okay. Yeah, okay. That shouldn't affect it, but still. Just good to check. And then we get y equals 2x. Because it's positive now, minus 7. And that's still 2x minus 3y equals 6. So when you sub it in, you get 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 7 equals 6. When you simplify that, you get 2x minus 6x plus 21 equals 6. Negative 4x plus 21 equals 6. And then I subtracted 21 on each side. And then that's 4x. Negative 4x equals negative 15. So x equals 15 over 4. That makes sense. So I don't really know where that messed up. Maybe that's right and I messed up somewhere else. So let's keep going. 2 times 15 over 4. Which equation did I use? I used that one. Minus 3y equals 6. So we multiplied everything by 4. We got 2 times 15 minus 12y equals 24. And multiply that by 2. 30 minus 12y equals 24. We subtracted 30 from each side, so we got negative 12y equals negative 6 over negative 12. And then we got y equals half. That's actually not written right there. I'll just add that. Looks good to me. So was my error in the check? Probably. I need to stop doing that. Let's try the check again. I'm probably just dumb and I missed something. I don't know. I don't even know anymore. Let's why is it so dark all of a sudden? So like that the whole time. Okay. Let's try this again. So why don't we use the other equation this time? So 2 times 15 over 4 minus 3 times 1/2 equals 6. Okay, I don't think I copied that wrong. Maybe I did. Okay, so multiply that by multiply that by 4 and multiply this. Because 4 is also the lowest common denominator here. But wait a second, this really shouldn't. Let's make this, okay, let's just do this. Let's make it 2 over 4. Alright, and then we multiply that. And that'll get us 2 times 4 is 8. So we'll get 2 times, 2 times 15 minus 3 times 8 equals 6. Oh yeah, that's right. That's what I messed up. How did... Okay. And then, of course, 30 minus 24 equals 6. 6 equals 6. I messed up in the check. That's kind of embarrassing. I didn't simplify it right. That was pretty stupid. But yeah, we got it. I pushed the wrong button. That could have been bad. Okay, so let's just erase all of this and then check another question. Okay, we'll do one more substitution, and this time I'm actually gonna write small so I don't run out of space. Y. Stop. I can't. Okay, equation 1. Y equals negative 2x plus 2. Okay, and the second equation, 3x plus 2y equals 5. Okay. So we have 1 in y equals mx plus b forms, so the first thing we're really going to have to do is just sub it into, so sub 1 into 2. I'm writing my steps out this time because I have room. So 3x plus 2 times negative 2x plus 2. So equals 5. So what we're doing here, as I said before, the same thing we've been doing for the last few questions. We have the 2y here, and we're replacing what y is. So we have 2, and then we're replacing y with negative 2x plus 2 because we know that's what y is. So, yeah. So if we simplify it, we're going to get 3x minus 4x plus 4 equals 5. And then if we collect the like terms there, we're going to get negative x plus 4 equals 5. And then minus on each side, negative x is going to be negative x is going to be 1. So we divide both sides of the equation by negative 1. So x is actually going to be negative 1. Okay, so we've solved for x, but now we need to solve for y. So let's work up here. We have, we're going to use equation 1. So y is going to equal negative 2 times negative 1, because we know that's what x is, plus 2. Okay. So y equals 2 plus 2, y equals 4. So therefore, we know that the POI, the point of intersection at this point, is going to be negative 1, 4, but we can also do a check, which I'm going to do right here. So all we have to do is use either equation. Let's just do this one. 3 times negative 1. Tell me if the yellow, you can't like read it too well. Because I don't know if you can, but 3 times negative 1 plus 2 times 4 equals 5. I'm running out of room there. Okay, 3 times negative 1 plus 2 times 4 equals 5. So 3 times negative 1 is going to be negative 3 plus 8 equals 5. And of course, that adds up to 5. So 5 equals 5. We are correct. So the therefore statement is going to be, therefore the point of intersection, or POI for short, is negative 1, 4. Okay. That one is a bit easier than the last one. Just a little bit. just a little bit. Yeah. So we do have to keep in mind that when we're doing this, though when you're working on a graph, you won't likely have to work with fractions. When we're doing it algebraically, there's a chance we're going to get fractions. Obviously, you're not going to get that on, well, in grade 10 math, you're not going to get that on a graph, because if you do, like, you have to do some other calculations and precise measurements to figure out exactly where that intercept is going to be, where exactly on the line, because it's not a whole integer. But yeah, algebraically, it can happen. Okay. Let's look at another question. Oh, oops. I lost it. Let's do some elimination questions now. Okay. So we're gonna solve these ones using the method of elimination. That was the method of substitution. We're solving the same thing, like we're solving for the x variable and the y variable. But the benefit of doing this is that we actually learn the other method. And sometimes it's going to be easier to use substitution. Sometimes it's going to be faster to use elimination. It's basically just about which one is faster or which one makes more sense given the equations and the form they're in. And we'll talk about that a little bit more after we actually look at this one and we see what the differences are. So elimination, let me just change the color. So for the first one, the first two, I keep forgetting to put the brush on. X minus y equals 3. And 2x plus y equals 3. Okay, so, of course, I can't. Me trying to draw digitally is a little bit challenging. There's a plus sign. Sort of. Okay, wait, that can be better. There we go. There's a plus sign. Okay. So, of course, when we're doing elimination, we need to have the problem lined up. So we have x's, and then we have y's, and then we have integers. And that's what we have here. It doesn't matter the order as long as they're lined up. So I could have like y and y here, and then 3x and 2x and whatever, and like 12 and 13. The point is that these are lined up, these are lined up, and these are lined up. And that's the same thing we have in this equation over here. So once they're lined up, which this one already is in the question, sometimes we'll be asked to actually change the form of them so they line up. But right now they're already lined up, so we can just go ahead and put a line there, which signifies that we're actually eliminating them. And because the y's are the same, here's another thing, which you want to eliminate one variable from the equation. And those variables need to be the same. Because if you have 1y, negative 1y plus 1y, you're going to get 0y. And that's the goal of this, to get rid of one of the variables. So here, with the x's, I have x plus 2x, which would be 3x anyways. So that doesn't give us 0x. So the idea is that we eliminate them, which means we have to have the same amount, the same, the same number of each variable, I guess, in each equation. So we have negative 1y and positive 1y here. So we can just eliminate those. What that's going to look like is x plus 2x is 3x, so 3x plus 0y. And you don't have to write this, but I'm just showing this for the purpose of the demonstration, equals 6. So 3 plus 3 is 6. So what we did there was we just added the x values, x plus 2x. So we added these two, and then we added these two, and then we added these two. So now we can simplify that further. So we're going to get 3x, well actually we're just going to get rid of the 0y. 3x equals 6. So that was a lot faster than substitution, like a lot faster, for minimal work. And in this case, it was faster, but not always. It depends on the type of equation you get. And we'll look at that again, like I said, a little bit later. So 3x divided by 3 and 6 divided by 3. So we're going to get x equals 2. So yeah, that was definitely faster than substitution. So now what we can do is we can just throw this into the equation. It doesn't matter either equation, so I'll just do the first one. So 2 minus y equals 3. We move the 2 to this side. So negative y. I mean, you could probably figure it out already, but I'm going to finish the rest of the work. 3 minus 2 is going to be 1. So negative y equals 1. Negative 1 on each side, so y is going to be negative 1. And that is the POI of this is going to be is 2, 1. So hopefully you guys understand how that works. And then we can check that, but that one's pretty simple. I already know that. That one's right for sure. So we can do another example now. Just looking at this. Yeah. Okay, got it. I can't use this thing. Oh man. So why is there a red line just? Oh, that's not on your screen anyways. But oh, whatever. Okay. Have these been going off the screen? Oh, I hope not. Oh no. Also, I want to test if the chat logs are working. I have to send. Okay. On screen chat is working. Let's go. Okay. I will do another question. Let me see. We're going to do another elimination question. Let's try one like this. Two x. Which one am I looking at? 2x plus y equals 7. And the second one is x minus y equals -1. Okay. Sorry. Let's eliminate these. So the first thing you're going to notice is that these ones are also already lined up. And this one's actually very, very similar to the last one we did. I guess we can solve it anyways. So we're going to get -1x. Oh wait, sorry, that's actually wrong. I knew I was going to think that this is a period right there, not a negative sign. So we're going to get 3x plus 0y, which we don't need to write, but again, I'm just showing it to show my work better, I guess. And that's going to equal 6. So 3x equals 6. Same thing as last time. Is this the same question? I bet I just took the same question. I didn't. Oh, I didn't. It's just the same answer. Okay. X equals 2. Wait, is that X sweet? Maybe I'm just going crazy. I don't know, but X equals 2. And then we can also solve for Y. So that'd be, we're just going to use the second equation. 2 minus Y equals -1. And then -2 minus 2. So -y equals -3. Divide by -1, divide by -1. Y equals 3. So the point of intersection. Actually, I want to try something. I can just use text, right? Whoa. Okay. The PO, that's really small. Let me make that a bigger font. Then I can just type things like that. Whoa. The POI is 2, 3. Okay. So that's another elimination one. Let's look at a harder elimination question. Because that was very easy and similar to the last one. Okay. Never mind. I don't have one. Okay, now I have one. So let's do 3x plus 2y hey boom. 3x plus 2y equals 12 and 2x plus 3y equals 13. No, I still have the login and everything. I decided I should probably try to make videos again. And no, I'm not reading the questions off my phone. Actually am, but yeah, whatever. Okay, so we're gonna eliminate these. Actually we can't do that yet. The first thing you're gonna notice here, is that they are lined up. They are lined up for us, which is perfect. But we need to make one of them negative. Like either one of the x is negative or one of the y is negative. Because if one of them's negative, that allows us to add. What we could do is subtract, but then that starts to get bit more confusing. And just the easier way is just to make one of them negative so you can add. Yeah, you should make those chemistry videos soon. Because you are further than me in chemistry. Okay. I did actually I made, I think, 4 chemistry videos, but I never uploaded them. I'm just out of pure laziness. They're on my computer. I could upload them, like, right now if I wanted to. I probably will do that after this. I don't know. Okay, so we're going to make one of them negative. And the way we're going to do this is we're just going to multiply by -1. That's one way to do it. But the other thing we're going to notice is that we have 3x and 2x and 2y and 3y. So those aren't the same. If we add those together, we're not going to get 0y. So we have to make one of them the same. And we know the lowest common multiple of 3 and 2. We know that that is 6. So we can just multiply each equation accordingly. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, I fixed it. Okay, where was I? Are you serious? Okay. So yeah, we know the lowest common multiple is 6, so we want to get the y's on each equation to 6, and we want to make one of them negative. So the way we can do that is we can multiply this one by -3, and this one by -3, and this by -3, because we want to multiply all parts of the equation by -3. Okay. So multiply those by all by -3, and then these ones need to be multiplied just by 2, because 3 times 2 is 6, and we want to leave one of them positive, so multiply these by 2. And I am making a mess of these equations because I can't write that well, but it's fine. So what our equations are going to look like now is -6, or -9 actually, -9x minus 6y equals -36. And the second one's going to look like 4x plus 6y equals 26. Yeah. Yeah, okay. You just see that? Okay. There we go. Okay, so now we can eliminate these because we have the proper values on each side. So what we're going to get, if we have -9, we add 4, we're going to get -5, -5x, and then we're going to have 0y because we eliminated the y value. And then -36 plus 26 is going to be -10. So if we simplify this, -5x equals -10, and then divide by -5 on each side. We do that, and then x is going to be, there we go, x is going to be 2. Yeah. So we solved for x there. But now we still don't know what y is, so let's solve for that quickly, just by subbing the x value into one of our equations. So let's use the first one. 3 times 2 plus 2y equals 12. Okay, let me write a better 12. Okay, 3 times 2 plus 2y equals 12. So we can multiply these out. So 6 plus 2y equals 12. And then subtract 6 from this side and move it to the other side. So 2y is going to be 6. Divide that by 2, divide that by 2. Y is equal to 3. And again, just like that, we have found the point of intersection. So the point of intersection is 2, 3. Why do I keep putting space there? 2, 3. Okay, so sorry. We so I got a question. Why did you multiply what's the question again? Why did you multiply the first equation by -3 and now +3? What? So the first equation, we wanted to get these let's choose a different color. These y values right. We want to get these y values right here to be the same, except one negative and one positive, so we can add them to get them to 0. So what we did was we multiplied this one by -3 to make it -6, and we multiplied this bottom one by 2 to make it +6. And then of course you have to do that to the rest of the equation, so you don't like break it. And then we were able to eliminate it right here. So that went away, and because we did the same thing to the rest of the equation, we ended up with negative 5 x equals -10, and then dividing that by 5 allowed us to get 2. And then what we did for here to find the second variable is we went back to the original equation, which is this one over here. We forget about the green on that. We're just looking at the blue. We went back to the original equation and subbed in the x variable. So that's, instead of 3x, we have 3 times 2 because we know what x is. And then plus 2y is going to be 12. And that's what this equation is right here. It's the first equation with the x value subbed in. And then this is grade 9 math right here. We can simplify it for the one variable that we need to find, and that allowed us to find y equals 3. Oh, the reason we didn't do +3 was, okay, so this is someone who's in my class, so I'm just going to explain it to them for a minute. In class, we didn't learn how to do it this way, but when I was in math enrichment, I learned it this way because I found it's easier. So our teacher doesn't teach it this way, but some teachers do. And I find it easier. The reason is because instead of having to subtract, you never have to subtract if you do it this way. You always add. And that makes things less confusing with subtraction, because subtraction can be a pain to deal with sometimes. So just by adding, we can add if one of them's negative and the other one's positive. So that's what I did here. And if that doesn't make sense to you because you didn't practice it like that, then don't do it that way. Do it the way you know. But doing it this way, you always add. Because it's make it -3. I'll show you. So if you make this -3, you notice how they're both positive here? If you do that by -3, you get -6y and +6y. So normally, if you did this one positive, you'd have to subtract them, 6 minus 6, and then you'd have to subtract the rest of the equation. You'd have to subtract that and subtract that. But we don't have to do that because we put one of them in negative, so we can add them. We can add everything and not have to worry about subtracting, if that makes more sense. Let's see. Does that make more sense? I should actually. We've been live for 56 minutes practicing math. should make sure I put a custom thumbnail on these streams. Probably gonna delete this one though, just 'cause it's the first one. I was getting everything set, but the next one I'll have a custom thumbnail for. Fancy. I'll also upload those other videos that I didn't upload. I'm pretty sure it's 4 videos I didn't upload. Okay, let's do another question. I wish I had a mouse for this computer right now. Okay. And just type in chat if you don't understand anything. Oh, that one's gonna be fun. Okay, let's do this one. We're gonna work with decimals in this one. So 4K TV. Oh yeah. Just kidding. You know, like watching Blue Jays games in 4K, you know? I'll stop. 4K plus 5H equals negative 0.5. Okay. And 3K, which is not 4K, plus 7H equals 0.6. Okay. So this one has some annoying decimals, but we're not going to worry about those too much because those come into play later. What we need to do first is either find the lowest common denominator of 7 and 5, which is 35, or we can do 4 and 3, which is 12. And I'm going to go with 4 and 3 because that's a lot lower. So we're going to do that. So if we do this, we need to multiply by 3 to get to 12. Multiply this by 4 to get to 12. Multiply this by 3. Multiply. Oh, wait. One of them should be negative. So this one's going to be negative 3. Negative 3. And then multiply this by negative 4. I mean, positive 4. One needs to be negative. One needs to be positive. Multiply that by 4. Okay. So now our equations are going to look like this. Negative 12k. Negative 12k. I can't write k's very well. There we go. That's a better k. Minus 15h equals, and because we this one, the negative 0.5 is negative, and we're multiplying that by negative 3, we're going to actually get a positive number this time. So negative 0.5 times negative 3 is, or am I writing 1.5? Okay. Just think about it like 5 times 3, 15, and then you put the decimal in. And yeah, so the next one is going to be for 12k. So 12k, we're just going to pretend that's a good k. Plus 7 times 4h, 28h, equals 0.6 times 4. Again, we can just do 6 times 4, which is 24, and then we know that that is 0.24. There we go. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Okay, I don't know why she won't just call us. Like, I can... don't have to text back and forth. Okay, so, yeah. Next thing, I am getting questions, so that's good. That's always good. Always helpful when you get, when someone's actually asking questions, so I'm not just trying to assume what people are gonna ask. Yeah. Also, we're just gonna pretend I didn't do the math wrong there. Okay. So 0k. Oh wait, what am I doing? Let's use some good communication here. There we go. We have to put the line. So 0k is going to be, let's see, 13h. Okay, so 0k plus 13h equals 3.9. I'll check this again. Okay. I should actually make proper videos for these after. I don't have time tonight, but I will at some point. Anyways, for these topics. Okay. Okay, so let's simplify this again. 13h equals 3.9. Losing my voice. Divide by 13 on each side. H equals... I'm not sure. I'm going to use a calculator. 3.9 divided by 13. Yeah, okay. So H is going to be 0.3. Okay, I love decimals. They're amazing. And then let's just figure out what K is by simply doing 3k plus 7 times 0.3 equals 0.6. I'm running out of room there. Okay. So 3k plus that be 2.1 plus 2.1. Am I right? I never know with decimals. They always confuse me. Although they are pretty simple, so let's just not worry about that. Okay, equals 0.6, and then we can move minus 2.1, minus 2.1. So we're going to get into the negative decimals now. So 3k equals negative 1.5. Yeah, that's right. And then divided by 3. Divided by 3, k equals negative 0.5. Okay. So here are answers right here. This is the red color. Okay. And what we can do is, where's the other color? Therefore statement, see, fancy, there we go. And then the POI is, oh, I have to figure this out. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. So H comes before K in the alphabet, so we do 0.3 first and then 0.5. I don't know my alphabet. Can I move that? There we go. So that's the solution to that one. I want to do some word problems. I've been live for an hour and 8 minutes, and we've only done substitution and elimination, so let's change that. I'm actually going, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll see you guys in like 10. So yeah, see you guys in a minute. Who cares what the timer says? I'm already ready again. Okay, so we are going to get started with word problems in just a second. I will see you guys when we start word problems. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to find a word problem. I guess I should type it up and put it on the screen so you guys can actually see it. So I will do that. But I'm gonna need a minute to do that. Okay, let's try this one. Oh, I don't like that color. I don't like that color. There. Okay, this one looks a little bit tricky. Just because I've never done one quite like this before. Like with this kind of situation. Although I'm sure it's not much different than what I'm used to. So I'm just gonna move it into the corner there. Okay. Oh, you guys can't see that. Okay. Here's my solution. There we go. So, Mengsi, or however you say that, has $10,000 to invest. She invests part in a term deposit paying 5% a year, and the remainder in Canada's savings bonds paying 3.5% a year. At the end of the year, she has earned simple interest of $413. How much did she invest at each rate? So I'm just trying to figure out how this works with money stuff. Part I'm most concerned about here. So simple interest is, what is that? That's my question. How much did she invest in each rate? So 5% and 3.5%. So it's $10,000 to invest. I don't think I can do this one. Okay, well, let's see. Let's make the let statements first before we try anything else. So each rate, I'm assuming, is, yeah, okay. Let X be the amount she invested at the 5%, 5% rate, okay? And let Y be the amount she invested at the 3.5 3.5% rate. I have to make it a little longer so it fits. Okay. So our let statements are done. Now we need to write the equation. So, I don't like that color. There we go. So X is, she's 10,000 to invest. So she's investing all of it, right? All $10,000. Okay. I think so. At the end of the year, she has earned simple interest of 413. So we know that X plus Y is going to be 10,000 then. Yeah, okay. I think I figured this out. So X plus Y. Oops, that was not on the brush mode. X plus Y equals 10,000. Okay. And then it looks like 0.05x plus 0.035y is going to equal 10,000 times 413. I think that's what we're working with. Yeah, okay. So, and I'll explain this in a minute, but just let me write it. Okay. We're not going to have a ton of working space here, but that's fine, I guess. So, basically, she invests, she has $10,000 to invest. She invests part in a term deposit and the remainder in Canada's savings bonds. So we know that she invests all $10,000, which means that if we add each place that she's investing them in, we're going to get $10,000. So that's where we get the X plus Y equals 10,000 from. The next one is a bit more complicated. So she's paying 5% a year to the 5% rate. So it's going to be 0.05x. So 5% a year to what's it called? A term deposit. A term deposit, yeah. So 5% a year is going to the term deposit, okay? So 0.05 of x is going to the term deposit at a time. So we need to be clear on that. And then 0.035 for the y one, and it's the same idea. 3.5% is going to the Canada savings bonds, so 0.035y, because it's a part of the y value. And then, or times the y value, actually. Yeah. You know what I mean, I hope. And then 10,000 times 413, because the interest she receives is $413 on the investment. I think that's how you do it. Like, if I'm understanding the problem properly. This isn't something I've worked with before, so I don't know if this is right, but based on other word problems I've done that follow a similar pattern, I think this is the proper setup. And again, this just comes down to me not understanding this investing and interest stuff, but I'm pretty sure these are the right equations. So we're going to solve it like this and see what we get. So let's start by rearranging so we can substitute it. So we're going to minus x over here and minus x over here. So we're going to get y equals negative x plus 10,000. Okay. And then we can sub that into the the second equation. Sub 1 into 2. Okay. So let's do that. We're going to have 0.05x plus 0.035. I hate these decimals. Honestly, I hate them so much. Times 0.035, and because we know what y is negative x plus 10,000 equals 10,000 times 413. I'm guaranteed going to have space here, so can I scroll down? Oh, I can. There's more space if you scroll down. Who would have known? Okay. So I can scroll down here. I'm going to need to. So, first we're going to have to distribute this. So 0.05x, and then we get to the distribution part here. We're going to get negative 0.035x. And then we're going to get, I'm not even going to try to do the mental math for this. Calculator. 0.035 times 10,000 is 350 plus 350 equals 10,000. Actually, let's simplify that. 10,000, that's a big number, times 413. I don't like where this is going. I feel like I did something wrong. Oh, you know what? It should just be 413. Yeah. Yeah, that makes more sense. So, let's correct this. It's not 10,000 times 413, it's just 413. That makes a lot more sense now. And that's because that's her simple interest. We're not multiplying what she invested by simple interest. That's just me being dumb and not getting the question entirely, but I figured it out. So if you can figure it out, it's fine. Right? Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, 413. I'm going to use the other color. 413 and 413. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So now we're going to combine the like terms. 0.05 minus 0.035 is 0. I'm going to use a different color. Like that color. 0.015 x plus 350 equals 413. Okay, so we're getting somewhere now. I keep reaching for the mouse, but like the mouse is for the computer that I'm streaming on, not for the computer that I'm doing the work on, so it's really confusing. Okay. We really don't have much space to work with, so let's try to do this in as little work as possible. Minus 350. We're going to get 0.015. That's a really small number. 0.015x is going to be 413 minus 350 equals 63. Okay. And then, because that's a decimal. Oops. That happened again. Divide by 0.015. Divide this by 0.015. Oops. And x equals 4,200. Now, I'm not entirely sure if that's right. To be completely honest. But let's see, what does x represent? Oh yeah, that could make sense. Yeah, okay, so then let's find y. That makes sense. I think I did this right. I'm actually surprised I'm getting this one, to be completely honest. Okay, so the question, what were the original equations? Okay, so that means x, 4,200 plus y equals 10,000. Okay. So we want to subtract 4,200 from each side. And obviously we could have done this without the equation, but we need to practice our algebra. So y equals, I feel stupid, equals 5,800. Oops. Y equals 5,800. So now the therefore statement, therefore the, what were the let statements again? The amount she invested in the 5% savings account was 4,200, and the amount in the 3.5% account was 5,800. And that's probably good enough. I'm having trouble fitting everything on the screen right here. But okay. This is what we have. And there's there's a lot of math here, but yeah. I did my best at explaining that. I don't know how well I did. But I think it's okay, right? Oh man, do you understand that? That should be the right answer. I was doing it wrong at the beginning, but then I figured out what I was doing wrong and I fixed it. Yeah. I guess I learned a little bit about investing right there. Okay, here's one that I'm more familiar with that I can do properly the first time. Get out of here, word equation. Or word problem, or whatever it's called. Okay. Next word problem. Okay, so this one's a little bit more complicated. Well, no. Okay. It's a little bit more complicated in the sense that we need to use a formula to actually figure this one out. And that formula is a physics formula. Distance equals velocity times time. I should actually probably be using lowercase variables. Distance equals velocity times time. Okay, so we're going to need to remember that for this equation. That's how we're going to set it up based on those same variables. I will mod both of us right now. One second, I have to sign into the chat. It's a pain. Okay, that works. Oh wait, that's the wrong account. That won't work. Boom, send me a text message after I finish this reminding me to mod ourselves. Okay. So, distance equals velocity times time. So let's make our let statements now. And then we'll figure out the formulas using that equation that I just told you guys. So, let, we want to figure out the average speed of the boat in still water and the speed of the current. So, let, I guess we could use B, be the speed of the boat in still water. And then let C be the speed of the current. Just there. So that's what we're solving for. So, how do we figure this out? Well, using the formula, D equals TV. TV or VT. Same thing. Yeah, they're basically the same. Distance equals velocity times time. So they're traveling 60 kilometers each time. So let's put that down. Oh. My bad, I forgot to switch the brush again. 60 equals, so 60 is going to be, let's see, the velocity is what we're solving for, and 5 is the distance. So it's going to be 5x. And then the speed of the current is also going to be 5x. 5c actually. So, let's see. It took 5 hours against the current. So if we're traveling against the current, we're taking the speed of the boat in still water and we're subtracting the speed of the current because you're going into the current, so you're going to go slower. So what that's going to be is we're going to do this. We can put x minus y in brackets because that's just going to multiply both of them. So 60 equals 5 times x minus y. Okay, and the second one's going to be very similar. We're also going to have 60 because that's our distance. 60 equals 3. And this time you're traveling with the current. So if you're going with the current's going to push you and you're going to go faster. See you, boom. So we're going to get x plus y. I don't know when he sent that, probably a while ago. I just missed it. So, yeah, against the current, x minus y, or I'm using the wrong variables. I forgot we were using different variables for this. I can fix that. Yeah, last time I solved this, I didn't use different variables, so maybe I'm trying to confuse myself. I don't know. Or I solved one like this. Okay, brush. So we have b minus c, and then we have b plus c. Okay, so there we go. Now obviously we're gonna want to rearrange this because when we try to eliminate or substitute by rearranging the formula, we're going to get some interesting results because we have like this on the one side, and we want to probably move at least 1 into y equals mx plus b form because then we can actually use it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change the form of these equations so we can work with them more easily. And the way I'm going to do that is actually like this. So we want to start by honestly, I'm going to try to keep it simple. Let's start by simplifying these. Okay, 60 equals 5b minus 5c, and then 60 equals 3b plus 3c. Okay, so from here I'm gonna put 1 into y equals mx plus b form because then we can just use substitution to figure it out, and that'll be easier. So let's do that. So we're going to rearrange the first one, I think. So rearrange 1. So this is 1, this is 2. I'll just write those over there. Okay, so we're rearranging 1. We want b by, or do we want c by itself? It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to choose 1. I think I'm just going to do b by itself because we can add 5c here. And then what we're going to get is 5b equals 5c plus 60. Okay, and then we can just divide everything by 5 to simplify it. So b equals c plus 12. Yeah, okay. There we go. And then our other equation is going to be 60 equals 3b plus 3c. Okay, and now we can start our substitution. So sub 1 into 2. Okay. Okay. We have plenty of space to work right here. So Well, the only problem is I can't actually see what the equations were, so I'm gonna have to keep scrolling up and down. 60 equals 3. Oh wait, if I leave it like that, I can see it. 60 equals 3 times c plus 12. Plus 3c. Okay. And then we just simplify this, distribute it. 60 equals 3c plus 36 plus 3c. And then we can collect the like terms. So 60 equals 6c plus 36 minus 36 from each side. Okay, so, okay, math, right, 24 equals 6c. Yeah, I did it. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, c equals 4. Okay, that should make sense how I did that. I think I explained everything pretty well, and then we're just going to solve for the other variables. So I'm going to do that in yellow. Hopefully you can see it. What's an original equation? Actually, I could use one of the modified equations. So b equals 4 plus 12, and b equals 16. And I believe that makes sense because b is the speed of the boat. So the speed of the boat is, are we in kilometers an hour? Yeah, we're in kilometers an hour. Okay, so the speed of the boat is 16 kilometers an hour, and the speed of the current is 4 kilometers an hour. So we can write that in a therefore statement. Like that. For the boat travels at 16 km an hour, and the current at 4 km an hour. There we go. Okay, that was a pretty long one as well. Hour and 15 minutes. What time is it? 10:30. Okay. Yeah, this is the last one for today. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to stop streaming eventually. But yeah, that was how to figure that out. And it all revolves around the formula t equals v times t. So, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate that. Oh, I hit the mic. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. It really means a lot to me. Hopefully I was able to help you guys out in some way. At least a little bit. And if I didn't, then that's unfortunate. Anyways, I forget. I had a lot of plugs I had for like last time I made one of these videos, but I forget what they all are, so that's why I'm trying to stall right now. It's kind of an issue. Okay. One of them. If you want to sign up for private sessions and you're not one of my friends who I can just teach on the bus, I think you know who you are. I will do online sessions over Skype, Discord, whatever works better for you. Either one works for me. You just have to sign up on the Google form that I've been procrastinating to make for over half a year. So I should probably make that soon. um, I will make that Google form soon and link it in the descriptions of my videos. Also, don't forget to join the Discord. It's not in the description of this stream, but it is in the description of my actual videos. So if you want to go join the Discord, you can ask questions and I can help you there. I can help you in a voice channel, or I can voice call you straight from there, or answer your questions just in a text channel. So yeah, go join the Discord server. If you want any additional help, that'll be great for you. Me and Sam are actually in that server, so he can help you with chemistry. I can help you with math. I can also help with a little bit of biology and computer stuff. We can both help with computer stuff. Yeah, so yeah, if you want any extra help like that, go check out the Discord server. I have made practice worksheets for some of my videos that are up right now. Um I'm not going to continue to make those because they are far too much work. I spent all day making videos in the summer, like all day. Um like 2 whole days I spent making 4 videos because those practice sheets just took ages to make. They're there for the first few videos, but I'm not making any more. So yeah, what else is there? Oh, let me stop hitting the mic. If you're interested in continuing to watch these streams like the stream we did today, except higher quality, you can go check out mixer.com. Why isn't it working? It's not working. I think I broke this. Oh, that's why. Okay. Oh my gosh. You can go check out the link right there, mixer.com/we-speak-STEM. Um, Mixer has lower latency, so it's you can ask questions like right away. It's like 3 to 4 seconds latency. So I'm talking here, and you can be on the other side of the world, in like I don't know, Europe or something, and be, if you have good internet, hearing my words in under 3 seconds, and that can be up to many people around the world. So that's ideal. Also, I'm gonna get rid of that because if anyone has OCD, that not being centered is definitely gonna hurt them. So yeah, go to mixer.com/we-speak-STEM for that. I think that's about all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, hit that like button. Leave a comment down below questions, and you don't want to see them join the Discord server or whatever. Hit the subscribe button if you want to get notified when we go live on YouTube or when we upload a new video, and hit that notification bell if you want to get notified for every single video. This has been We Speak STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, doing our best to help you guys learn that. So until next time, thank you for watching, and I will see you later. That awkward moment when you can't find the outro scene. There it is.